God leads and never dies. He never sleeps, no slow cloud. Reward you. Father, here's my worship. You are the same God. Grow with me. Amen, amen. I am a true God. Oh, you're true. The eyes of my understanding is enlightened because of you. Your presence is light. You are everything and more. You are the same God. Oh,
More music on trendybeats.com.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's another great day to be here, and it's time to connect. All right, so we'll be starting up pretty soon. Big shout out to everybody joining us on the different platforms. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a great Sunday. Send me a message wherever it is that you are. Welcome to December. Let me know what platform you're joining us on. Drop a message in the comment section, and I will respond directly to you. It's great to have you here. It's great to have you join me today, and promises to be an amazing time. All right, so we're gonna get straight into it in a bit. I trust everybody has been doing really good. It's super amazing, to be here with you today. Awesome. All right then, so I'm waiting for all the chats, all the comments to come in on the comment section. Let me do some mic adjustment so that we can be sure that our mic is properly positioned. Right. So who's with me today, and where are you joining me from today? Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. What's going on? Holla at me. Today's episode is not going to be very lengthy because we have, after this episode, we have 2 more episodes in the month of December, wrapping up our features for the year 2023. All right, and it's been an amazing year thus far. So I'm going to be sharing some things about how the year has been on the 18th, the episode that will happen on December the 18th, which is the birthday episode. My birthday is on the 20th, and so we, as custom is, we hold an episode, the last episode of the year, is to celebrate Thanksgiving for the whole year, and obviously my birthday celebration episode. So yes. We're gonna be kicking off in a bit. So once again, welcome to December, the month of December. Obviously, without any shadow of doubt, this is the best month of the year. All right, the best month of the year, 20 whatever year it is. This December is always the best month. You can go and argue with whatever it is or wherever it is you want to argue with, but this is for many reasons the best month of the year. So welcome to the month of December, and my prayer really is that everything that is hanging, everything that is undone, will find expression in the remaining days of this year. You will not leave this year empty. You will not leave this year with a loss. You will not leave this year with pain. You leave this year with profits. You leave this year with gain. You leave this year above, and you leave this year on top. All right. And so shall it be. And that's a big amen to that. All right. So to everybody just joining us, I'm still waiting for the comment sections. Please just send me a comment. Let me know where you're joining us from. I don't want you to just view. I want you to drop a comment and tell me what platform you're watching this. For those on LinkedIn, please drop a message. Let me know that you're on LinkedIn. For those on YouTube, do drop a message. Let me know that you're on YouTube. And for those, whilst I'm checking the dashboard as well, for those on Facebook, do send in a message and then I'll know that you're joining in from Facebook. All right, so we have a special episode, a special series that we're starting today, and it's called A Memo to 2023. A Memo to 2023. And really, as is custom with us, what that means when we say Memo to 2023, for those of you that were around uh, last week or last year rather, you understand that. Hi, Quinnet, it's great to have you join us today. Thank you very much. For those of you that were around last year, you know that we do something called a memo to the next year. And the idea of a memo to the next year is so that we can be prepared for 2023. In an organization, every time you want to do something, you send a memo out to those that are there. And when you send that memo, what happens is you're informing them of all the things that they have to do and all the things that are expected of next year. So really, prophetically, all right, what we are doing here is sending a memo to 2023. In other words, we're telling 2023 the things that we intend to happen in 2023. We are speaking into 2023. We are also positioning ourselves to be able to step into 2023 in the best possible way that we can. And that's so important because many people come through time and through space. Chronologically, time will always evolve 1 hour to the next, a day to the next, a week to the next, and a year to the next. What makes one day different from another is the information that we have access to, which informs the kinds of decisions that we make and the kinds of actions that we have, the birthday experience that we have, and that differentiates one from the other. Now, as I was discussing with someone really special to me today, the source of the information that you have, there's just one source. And if you are rightly inclined, you will understand, as I make bold to say, that that source is God. He's the one that has the wisdom. He's the one that has the intelligence. He's the one that has the information because he creates the information. He permits the information. He orders the information and he sends out the information. So there's no place, and I'll make it very bold here. There is no place for any plan that you have for the next year that you're in without first being with him so that he can breathe and show you that which he has predestinated for you for 2023. Do you understand that? So I know that many people will tell you, write down your goals, write down your story, but I'll rather hear his goals for me. Note that I'll rather hear his goals for me than my responsibility will be to, as energized by him and graced by him, to follow through on those goals. The clarity of what I hear will determine the precision with which I will move. I'll say that again. The clarity with which I will hear will determine the precision with which I will move. Too many people run into a space, run into the next year, run into the next month, depending on their strengths, their competencies, depending on their seemingly network and connections, and somehow find that they're challenged in one area or the other, or seemingly to be able to achieve that we desire to achieve. The clarity of your vision energizes your mission. Somebody write that down. The clarity of your vision energizes your mission. There is only one source for every genuine vision. That source is God. So, for those of you that want to term yourself as not being spiritual, or want to say, no, 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 please understand with me. Read my lips. Let me make myself very clear. The source that gives inspiration or vision to you is God. If your vision is not from Him, then chances are that you can never have a mission that speaks to the purpose for which you were created. So it's either you believe He created you, or unless you think that He's irresponsible enough to create you and not have a plan for you. So you better be careful what it is exactly that you're asking Him of. So here's the thing, right? Having said all of that, by the time you're able to have clarity, and your clarity doesn't come by the level of demand that you have, your clarity is birthed from the place of relationship. So the clarity of the vision that you get will be birthed in the place of the degree of relationship that you have with Him, because the degree of relationship that you have with Him will in many ways determine how well and how clearly you're able to hear Him, how you recognize the calm, quiet voice, how you recognize the flutter of the waves that speak to you, how you recognize the things around you that stand as insignias or signals or signs. So the clarity is based on the intimacy or the level of relationship that you have with Him. I just wanted to settle that before we get to other things. That's non-debatable. That's absolutely sacrosanct, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that shall contest with that in your mind. Now, having said that, there's obviously a desire that everybody has for 2023, a desire that everybody has for 2023. And if you look at the entire, for those of you, and you need to go back on my Facebook page and get the re-engineered series that speaks to the re-engineering process. Now, if you look at that process, it's also applicable, and that's why these things are there for our learning and for our applying, because they determine the kind of experience that we have here on earth. Now, if you look at the re-engineering series, I went through a protocol. All right, I went through a protocol that was supposed to teach us how to go about a re-engineering or a repositioning. Without a doubt, for some people, you need a complete, absolute turnaround in 2023. For some, and I'm being very. This is not. If everything is awesome with you and you want to continue the way that you are, fine. Maybe this episode is not for you, and I say that without any bias. But if you want something significantly different, if you want something significantly, really different in your life, some really upward trajectory, some upward movement, then there's got to be some major re-engineering that you have to do. And the re-engineering process as you go into the next year requires some measure of some very deliberate steps that you need to begin to take now. I dare say, can I announce to you, as somebody said to me sometime this afternoon, that perhaps this series should have started in November, because a 2-3 week window, meaning that this series will run for really 2 Sundays, because the last Sunday is the birthday episode, or at most this series will run for 3 Sundays, is maybe not quite enough to be able to put out exactly all that I have in my heart to share with you as regards positioning yourself for 2023. But hear me now, and please do hear me real clearly. When you look at what it means to step into the next year, you have to first of all admit that, look, there's certain things that require your deeper understanding, and so you need to be able to do a review. So number one is that you must do a review. There's absolutely no way that you're going to go into 2023 without a review of 2022, because your review will show you the areas that you need to strengthen up and the areas that you need to be able to, the things you have to fold, the things you have to let go of, and the things you have to draw close. Your review will expose to you the areas of inefficiency and areas of ineffectiveness that you perhaps have had in the course of the 12 months that are going by. Your review will also show your areas of competence and how perhaps better you can scale up from threshold to differentiating. Your review exposes you to an opportunity to be able to unlock a greater degree of your potentials. Your review allows you to be able to question, to review the four things that we talk about, to determine what to stop doing, what to start doing, what to do less of, and what to do more of. Is somebody with me? So I need somebody to write that down. I need to see you moving. I need to see you active in the comment section so that I, in the virtual studio, can have an understanding of what you're getting. And if you have any questions, please just write them down in the comment section. I'll be more than glad to take your questions over the next 30 minutes that I'll be here for. And so the review throws up the areas that helps you determine in many ways what you need to stop doing, what you need to start doing, what you need to do less of, and what you need to do more of. But having said that, there's something that I'll like you to recognize, and I need everybody to pay attention. All right, there's something that I'll like you to recognize. I want you to recognize that every review that you do must be in sync with a plan that you have. That means that you are reviewing based on an expected outcome, and you're reviewing also for the benefit of a projected outcome. I'll say that again. You're reviewing based on an expected outcome, and you're reviewing hinged and related, tied to a projected outcome. There must be a direction that you desire and that you are clear enough for the year 2023 that allows you to be able to determine the best way to execute your methodology in achieving that thing that you desire, that outcome that you desire in 2023. So you cannot just take a review by itself. The review by itself says nothing to you if it cannot be weighted beside an objective or an outcome that you're trying to achieve. So, what exactly are you trying to achieve in 2023? How much are you trying to scale up your businesses? What level of relationships do you want to have? What kind of memberships or what kind of associations do you want to have? What exactly do you want to get done by the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter of 2023? What kind of life do you see yourself living? And the power of visioning is so powerful that when you see your vision so clearly, it draws you to believe in it strongly. And when you believe in your vision strongly, you align your actions to be able to deliver the visions that you have. I said to many people many years ago, I remember when I was just getting in from college into the university for the first year or so, and I remember saying this to many people some time ago, that I had a vision that I will be shooting pool, going to parties, and all this and whatnot. There was little, and I'm saying this, there was little that was focused on the area of academics. I knew I was gifted. I know I was smart. I know that I could open up a book and not have to spend hours understand. I knew that I had the ability to quickly grasp things, comprehend things, understand things. I knew all of that. But still, I wasn't ready to dedicate a significant portion of my time and my capabilities to studying. Guess what? By the time I got into university, whether I had planned it or not, I found myself doing all the things that I envisioned I had done. It was the life that I wanted to live, and every action that I did in that first year in school was inclined towards that action. You don't even have to ask me what my grades were like. It took a reawakening, a re-engineering for me to literally turn those grades around. Not 360, 180, because 360 takes you back to where you started from. By the way, for all of you that say I went 360, no, 180 takes you in the direct opposite. So it took the grace of God and understanding of His vision for me to be able to prioritize the everything I needed to prioritize with the understanding that I had to be able to deliver the new outcome that I desired. So that analogy, true life as it were, was just supposed to lend to you the fact that what you see of yourself in 2023 will in a major way determine how much commitment that you have to the process that will deliver to that outcome that you want. You can't see yourself playing small and then you have the energy to play big in 2023. Let me be clear. You can't see yourself playing small and then you have the energy to be committed to playing big in 2023. Your vision is the limitation that you have within the context. Remember, God also said to you, and Bible students note this, God also said to you that He will do more than you can ever imagine. So it's not that He doesn't have the ability to do, it's also that you have a responsibility to imagine. It says, Abraham, as far as you can see, I will give unto you. So what you get is what you see. The question, my friends, is what do you see? What do you see? For 2023, what do you see in the area of business? I've got massive stuff. I'm going through. I'm going to be going through a transition period, literally, even as of now. And the plans that I have for 2023, they are bold, they are audacious, they are huge, and they have. I mean, it's literally like doing stuff without plan B. But you see, I see it so clearly. I see it so clearly that my mind is constantly seeking how to connect the dots from where I am to where it is that I desire to be. My mind is constantly trying to find to first of all create a strategy and then develop plans to deliver that strategy. So I'm thinking first of a strategy. What's the strategy for 2023? Understand that. What's the strategy for 2023? And I need everybody right now to go to the comment section and if you want to send it to me privately, that's fine. But what's your strategy for 2023? Because you must have a strategy. The strategy, the overarching strategy, will now determine the multi plans that you have. One strategy, multiple plans. One vision, many assignments. It brings you all to the same place. So, what's the strategy for 2023? The memo that we are writing mentally, the memo that we are writing is an instruction. An instruction must be backed by authority. Authority is backed by understanding mixed with competence tied to opportunity. So, an understanding of what you're going into, the competence that you have to work what you're going into, and then the opportunity to be able to find expression with what you want to do in 2023. Competence, opportunity. You have an information. You have to be able to have all that in check. Now, can we go further? Right. So now, when you now have your overarching strategy that is put you in 2023, you have to believe enough in that strategy. You have to believe enough in that strategy. I believe very strongly that one of the major issues with us as human beings in this time, era, and dispensation for a larger scale or a larger percentile of people is that we don't spend enough time thinking. We don't spend enough time thinking. One of my favorite scriptures is, "A man thinketh in his heart, so is he." But you have to think it to be it. Boom! You have to think to be. First of all, what are you thinking? That's one side. It's a topic for another day, and I will find the time to take a session on that. What are you thinking? As a matter of fact, it's a chapter in in my upcoming book. What are you thinking? And then beyond what are you thinking, you've got to look at it to say how much time do you spend thinking? Because the question is not just what you're thinking. The main question perhaps is how much time do you spend? So many things don't happen for so many people because you don't invest enough. There's a critical point, there's a breaking point, there's a breaking even point. But if you don't put in enough into it, if you don't put in enough into it, what's going to happen to you is that you will put in effort, you will expect an outcome, but it doesn't happen because the enabling environment in this time, the skills, the resources, your mind, and the place of your nurturing of what it is that you're doing isn't conducive enough. Let me give you an example. If you have a teacup, and I've given this example many times on a plethora of platforms. If you have a teacup and you have a tea bag and you have some water, but it's not hot and it's not cold, and you take the teacup and you put the tea bag in the teacup and you pour the lukewarm water into it, what's going to happen is that the essence of the tea is not going to come out. It's not going to draw. The tea is not going to flow out. The water may not change color because nothing really is happening. But you have water, yes. But you have the tea bag, yes. But you have the teacup, yeah. But the water has some heat. But the question is the water hot enough? Think about it. Is the water hot enough? So, for the things that you are doing or you desire to do in 2023, how long have you pondered upon them? How long have you thought about it? How much do you believe in it? How much have you considered what you want to do in 2023? How much time have you given to the study of it, to the understanding of it, to the critiquing of it, to the researching of it? How much time have you given to understand it, to create alternatives, to explore it, to be able to see the multiple things that can come out of it, the inherent benefits, the obvious ones and the not so obvious ones? How dedicated have you been to understanding and ensuring that with excellence and all of that, that you're delivering the best possible product, project, system, or processes that you can possibly deliver? How much are you giving to it? The question in this instance is, and as you can already tell, I love to ask questions. The question here is, are you giving enough to it? So for your plans in 2023, are you giving enough time to it? Are you giving enough resources to it? Are you giving enough prayer to it? Are you giving enough commitment to it? Are you giving enough strategizing to it? Are you building enough plans around it? Are you giving enough competence to it? Are you giving enough resources to it? Whatever it is that is required for that thing to work in 2023, even though it is present, you have to ask if what will deliver the outcome is enough for it to deliver the outcome. Is it enough? So it's not just having a plan, it's not just thinking, it's not just what you think about, what you pray about, what you do about. It's also for how long are you doing about. Understanding is what helps you determine how long you need to commit to a thing. If you don't understand something, you will either waste too much time on it or you will give too little time to it, both of which are counterproductive because it will never deliver the outcome that you need for you to get the kind of results that you want in 2023. So when you're serving that memo to 2023 and you're speaking and you are declaring from the place where you are, and remember, these are not just idle words. And I'm trying to get people to have a new understanding, a new perspective of how to go about their day to day. Listen, I have come to a point, I've been through stuff, and I've come to a point where I realize more than ever before that my perspective of a thing literally determines whether it will be awesome or it will be worrisome. Determines whether it will be awesome or whether it will be worrisome. All right. So now, we having that understanding, you've got to be able to, number one, from the place of serving your memo to 2023, you have to understand that look, your review has to be in tandem with the strategy. Your strategy will be delivered through many plans. It will not just be one plan. It will not just be, I say it again, that it will not just be one plan that will deliver, unless your strategy is insignificant, is minuscule, has no weight, and can't deliver much to you. But otherwise, you require multiple plans to be able to deliver effectively the strategy that you have for 2023. And the time to be able to begin to formulate those plans is now. And the resources that you need to formulate those plans starts with a review of how the year has gone and the things that you clearly want to be able to make difference in the year. Now, let me serve a warning, and please, I hope it's not too stern. If you're not even clear about your issues in 2023, then we need to have a clarity session. You can send me a message and we can have a booking for a one-on-one clarity session that will help you deal with the things that you don't even really understand in your 2022, the things you've had to deal with that you're just wondering, how is this happening? No, there's a reason why everything is happening the way that it's happening. All right. There's a reason why it's happening the way that it's happening. Good evening, Queen Elaine. It's great to have you here. There's a reason why it's happening the way that it's happening. And so if you're not even clear, if you're unable to do a review, and I do know I'm not unmindful of the fact that some people don't even have what it takes to do a review of the year that is finishing. You will need to have a clarity session with me. Send me a DM, send me a direct message. If you have access to my mobile number, send me a text or a WhatsApp message and tell me, hey, I need a clarity session. And then I'll get back to you with regards to what it is you need to do by way of your commitment, by the way of availability, and how best to structure your clarity session for you. But it's important that you understand, and you need to do this quickly. It's important that you understand what it is, because 2022 holds a lot of secrets that will determine how your 2023 will be, but you need to understand it. And the tweaking, the turning around, the application of those secrets is what unlocks an awesome 2023 for you. So you're not going to just say, well, the year is over, let's shut it, and then you jump into what's a great disservice. Then you now jump into 2023 with your baggage from 2022, with your mind not renewed, just the way it was in 2022, with your skill level or your understanding of opportunity, because that's even something else that we need to talk about. Your ability to, one, recognize, two, utilize, three, maximize opportunities that you have around you also in many ways determine your experience, and it has to do with perspective, because you are as limited as your perspective, or you are as great as your perspective. You're as limited as your perspective, or you're as great as your perspective. Your perspective is what enables you to build structures that delivers the outcome that you want, because what you see will determine what you do. And you can only go, no matter how lofty your dreams are, no matter what your desire is, you're only as high as the structures that you build. You can look up to the sky and see heaven and see the clouds, but you can only go as far as how many floors of the building that you're in. If it's 10 floors, you can't go higher than 10 floors. If you're inside an aircraft, you can't go higher than that aircraft has gone. You can only go, no matter how lofty your ideas are, no matter how much your desire is, no matter how hungry you are, you can only go as far. Somebody write that down. You can only go as far as the structures that you built, or the structures that you have access to. So in 2023, you're going to have to learn to build structures. You have to learn to be a system builder. And a system builder, and I'm going to be working on quite a number of people in the area of building systems. It's something that I am dedicating significant time in 2023 by His grace, as He has given me the assignment to, and as He will keep me alive to execute it, help a number of organizations and individuals build structures that deliver exponential results to them. Exponential results to them. There's no going back on this. It's a desire that I have. So if you want to build structures, you need to also send me a message and reach me and let me know. It's going to be interesting 2023, and I can't do it alone. I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with you. I want to do it with as many people as we can, because as I tell people, I have a selfish desire for everyone to be great. I love for everybody to be great at what you do, because it means that together we have a great state, a great nation, a great country, a great continent, when we're all great. Because great nations are not made of roundabouts, hilltops, white mansions, fountains. No, 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 no. Great nations are made up of the hearts of great people. Did you hear that? Great nations are made up of collectively the hearts of great people. All right, good. So you have to build structures You have to build structures for 2023. You have to be someone and share this video right now on Facebook. I need that's an instruction from me to you. Share this video right now. You need as many people to listen in to join you. You can't be joined listening to this alone. You need quite a number of people to join you. So I want you to share this video right now on Facebook. Share this video right now on Facebook, even as I proceed. So you need to build structures in 2023. One of the things that you're saying, and maybe next weekend we'll talk more about structures and system building. All right. One of the things that you do as you serve the memo to 2023 is that apart from building structures, you also have to work on communication. A memo, for instance, our analogy or example of a memo to 2023, even though you're not actually writing a letter to 2020, but you could. I actually wrote a letter to 2022, and some significant things have happened in 2022. I wrote a letter in 2021 to 2022. I wrote a letter, and then we had an episode like this. I think it was myself and William Awana back then in December last year that did a memo to 2022. So a memo to 2022 or a memo to 2023 rather is you basically also communicating to next year the things that you want in place next year. So automatically, without mincing words, you have to learn to communicate strategically. Strategic communication will deliver everything that you have to those that have been prepared to receive it. Will deliver what you have to those that have been prepared to receive it. Strategic communication. So a memo to 2023 is going to bring you up to that point where you're saying to 2023 that these are the things that I want, but you must understand that there is a way to communicate. There's a way to say a thing and we'll go to war. There's a way to say the same thing and we're looking for somebody to hold and to hug. And so you have to be deliberate and strategic about the communication styles and methodology that you would deploy concerning you, your brand, your business in 2023. A memo to 2023 also requires your ability to deliver things quicker, faster, and not cheaper, but more cost effective. Resources are getting scarcer by the day. The economies of the world will tell you the numbers are mind-boggling, heart-troubling, heart-wrenching, and so yet we must still exist as an entity, as a people. Businesses will still be birthed in 2023. The businesses that exist right now must be scaled up. Even in your personal life, certain measures of growth have to come to be. But then again, you also don't have limitless access to resources. And so you're going to have to manage the tripod of time, scope, and cost. And so in 2023, there will be a need for you to look at your cost index, look critically at your cost factors, and seek to deliver project outcomes, assignments more cost effective. More cost effective 2023. In 2023, let me say the things that will be in your memo. So everything that you hear me saying are the things that are in the memo that we're serving. In 2023, for business people, and I don't know why all of a sudden I've been shifting now towards business people. Maybe because we're going to be doing quite a lot in the year to come. In 2023, your businesses will be won not necessarily on the quality of your product, which should be sacrosanct, but you will lose or win businesses on the pedestal of your customer relationship and the customer's experience. Which is why I say to organizations many times that you understand that what you are putting out there is not a product. What you're putting out there is not a service. What you're putting out there, I dare say, in many regards, is not even all about just being a solution. What you're really putting out there is an experience. An experience is what people never forget. An experience is what people pay for. An experience is what people become loyal to. Experience is what make people refer you. And so, for those of you that are focusing on your product, it's all good. You must deliver product with certain levels. But how you deliver that product and the experience I have in transacting with you and receiving of your product and using the product to tackle something that I need tackle will determine whether I come back to you or not. So in 2023, part of what you want to be able to look for is to look for how to ensure that the customer experience for those of you doing, whether it's a small business, it's a medium business, a large scale business, an international conglomerate, it doesn't matter. Customer experience, customer service, and relationship management will, in many regards, determine your net worth in 2023. Mark my words. At the microeconomic level, this will be very, very apparent because many people will start many new businesses but will not have the creativity to differentiate their businesses. Now, what that does is they enter into a market that could be, to many regards, already saturated, but you are there doing what you're doing. If you do not find a way to turn your product into an experience, you will only either share the market space with as many that come in, lose out to as many that come in, or simply go extinct because you can't even handle as many that is coming. But if you're able to rapidly, through strategy, which can be shared with you, all right, which I'm willing to engage with you to share, you will find out that you can turn your product, your service, beyond just a solution to an experience. And that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. That's what determines whether you have the right kind of clientele, whether you have the right kind of people, whether you have the right kind of referrals, or whether people can build a community around what you do, or you can build a community around what you deliver. So, as you begin now to look at the kind of memo that you want to say, remember, we're going to be going further deeper down in this series next Sunday. And perhaps if we don't wrap up next Sunday on the 18th of December, we'll do a wrap up today, even as we close for the year. But hear me now, and please hear me real good. What I'm just trying to say to you is this: the place of preparation is now. The things that you have to take stock of, the things that you have to determine what to stop, what to start, what to do less of, what to do more of, is now. The determination of your overarching strategy for 2023 is something that you need to sit down to have a TTS or a think tank session to map out and have ownership. When ownership speaks to understanding and commitment, to have understanding and commitment thereof will determine your experience in 2023. It's going to be super amazing. As over the things that we'll talk about over the next 3 Sundays, I promise to be here every Sunday at 7 p.m. to share my heart with you, even as we together serve a memo to 2023. I'm going to wrap up here for today. I promise you it wasn't going to be a very lengthy session. And that's also because there are certain things I don't want to start today and have to complete next weekend. So the one that I've given to you today is enough to put you on thinking avenue, thinking Boulevard. Remember, it's not just that you think. The question is, how much do you think? It's not necessarily about what you think about. It's, are you thinking enough about what you're thinking about? Too many people are not thinking enough. So you have peripheral thinking. It doesn't go deep. It doesn't create a shift. You get frustrated with the process and you pull out. No, all you have to do is think deeper. Think to the point where truly you've gained the mastery of what that situation is. You can break it down, pull it apart, bring it back together, and then you can determine what is suitable and what is not. Because what thinking does is it allows you to recognize what is, and also importantly, what is not. All right. So whatever it is that you want in 2023, whatever you desire to have, whatever it is that you want to be able to achieve, whatever you want to put your heart to, look at 2022. Look at the things that went right. Look at how much it took for it to go right. Determine if it was cost effective or not. Look at the things that didn't go right. Look at the reasons that you understand. Seek to understand why they didn't go right. Understand where you had limitations and barriers. Understand what you could have done about the limitations and the barriers. Understand exactly what was required of you that you either delivered or did not deliver in 2022. Use the things that you get from that review and bring them to the place of looking at your overarching strategy and use those things to formulate the multiple plans that will help you deliver that strategy in 2023. And that way, I guarantee you that if we walk through this together, with the things that I've shared with you over the past 44 minutes or so, if we walk through this together, this will be how we will keep walking the pathway of changes. All right. So I want to say massive good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm looking forward to hooking up with you next Sunday. And I trust that you have an amazing, amazing December. I'm looking forward to everybody that will join me also on the 18th as we celebrate the birthday episode. Remember, my birthday is on the 20th, but we'll be celebrating the birthday episode on the 18th right here on the Connect. Looking forward to sharing that time with you as I share my thank you story, my story of gratitude, the celebration of my natality with you on the 18th. Next Sunday, we'll be back again to further this series, a memo to 2023, even as we go deeper, as we look at the kind of plans you can have, how to build plans, how to make sure those plans are realistic, how to make sure that they're sustainable, how to be able to develop the drive, the zest, the zeal to be able to keep on the plan, how to be able to reflect on plans, setting milestones along your plans, and ensuring that your plans are accountable, your plans are things that you can run with, and much more than anything else, your plans are stuff that are implementable so that your strategy can be delivered. It's going to be an amazing year. So have a good night and see you real soon. And have a super great week too as you keep walking the path of champions. Good night, everyone.